What's going on, car family? I'm Ben Wayne, and thank you for joining me in another video. Today we are back in a car from obviously one of my favorite brands, Mercedes-Benz. This car is magnificent. This is the 2025 Mercedes-AMG GT 63S E-Performance 4-door. I know that's a mouthful. There's a lot. Obviously, you guys are familiar with the traditional AMG GT, the 2-door version, which also comes in an E-Performance flavor. This is the 4-door version we're going to be talking about today. Now, this one is finished in a manufacturer Arabian gray. That's like a $6,500 paint option. The interior is done in a manufacturer classic red with black Napa leather. Let's just get that out the way right off the bat. This thing is just absolutely incredible in terms of quality and luxury. Now, right up front, I want to tell you that this AMG GT 4-door is based off E-Class architecture, not S-Class architecture. I hear a lot of y'all saying it's essentially a coupe S-Class. Not really. So you don't want to compare the ride quality to an S-Class at all. So let's go ahead and just talk about how this ride has been engineered for excellence. Starting with the front, we're getting aggressive AMG sculpting and styling. You had that AMG front apron, the Panamericana grille, the LED headlamps, LED everything on this car, of course, as you would come to expect. Let's get to the heart of it though. Underneath the hood, we had that Mercedes-AMG M177 handcrafted 4-liter bi-turbo V8, baby. And it doesn't stand alone in this application. This is where the E-Performance comes in. It's paired with an electric motor that sits at the back that gives about 201 horsepower, 236 pound-feet of torque. Now, between the 4-liter bi-turbo V8 and the electric motor, you're looking at 831 horsepower and about 1,036 pound-feet of torque. It is absolutely insane levels of power. Connected to a 9-speed multi-clutch transmission. 0 to 60 can be achieved in under 3 seconds. You're looking at 2.8 seconds for a 0 to 60 time. And I believe them. I'm not even gonna question that, right? So the acceleration in this thing it's linear. Now, in previous applications where we've seen this engine, we already discussed how it is Mercedes-Benz hot inside V configuration, right? So that means the turbos sit within the valleys of the cylinder banks. And the benefits to that are a compact and efficient design, but most importantly, linear acceleration, because that compressed charge from the turbo has a short distance to travel from the turbo to the cylinder banks, giving you linear acceleration. So near zero turbo lag, right? That's without the application of the electric motor. In this version with the E-Performance, we have the electric motor. So your acceleration is already crazy linear, but that instantaneous torque just slams you right into the back of your seat. It feels like it can do that at any gear, right? So it just throws you immediately into these seats, and the acceleration is just crazy. You know, I gave some friends a ride in this, and they just couldn't believe the power that this car delivers. Now, the standard 63 GT 4-door, you know, already had impressive power. It's already a quick car. But this thing with the E-Performance motor, you hit the accelerator and it just sails. There's no other way to describe it. It just hauls. And you have to be prepared for it. Now, the electric motor in this car, they didn't design it for you to putt around town in full electric mode, you know, all day. You know, you can get some short distances out of it if you want to be in full electric mode, right? So let me switch to full electric. All right, so the 4-liter bi-turbo V8 cuts off seamlessly, and now we're just cruising in electric mode. Now, I did note that it does charge fairly rapidly. You know, you're able to charge the battery extremely quickly just by putting around town in Sport or Sport Plus mode. So you have a 6.1 kilowatt hour battery pack. And again, just by driving in Sport Plus, or race mode, you're able to charge it relatively quickly. Now, there is a plug-in in the back of the vehicle where you could charge it up in about an hour, but just by regular driving, you'll be able to charge it, right? So the plug-in is there, but you really will never use it. So I've had this for a week and have had no need to plug it in. Again, we're just cruising in electric right now. The acceleration is decent in full electric mode. You know, you don't feel like you're on the edge or somebody's just driving up behind you and you're not able to coast away fast enough. The electric motor does do enough for you to drive it, but it will burn through the battery relatively quickly within just a few miles. All right, I drove it in comfort and electric mode. I'm going back to sport and sport plus. That way you guys can't say you didn't drive it in electric or comfort mode. Now I'm going back to where I belong. So let me go ahead and drop it into manual mode. So I can downshift and enjoy that AMG performance exhaust system with the crackles and bangs. I'm having way too much fun testing this one out. The side profile, of course, we had that coupe-like design, but with 4 doors. We had that arch bow greenhouse, and it just looks, this car is beautiful from any angle. Beautiful from any angle. We had the massive 21-inch wheels with the carbon ceramic brake rotors with 6 piston calipers up front. I believe that the rotors themselves are like 17 inches in diameter, which you're gonna need the stopping power because this car weighs over 5,000 pounds. It's a massive car, but the way they were able to play on the lines, it just looks absolutely incredible. All this performance with the technology that we come to know and love from Mercedes-Benz just makes this a dream to drive. Oh, this thing sounds amazing. Oh boy, this car, what can I say? This car just sounds incredible. So coming towards the back, of course we have thin LED tail lamps, but what I like about this car is, I keep interrupting myself. The storage capability. You open up the hatch, you have 11.8 cubic feet of storage. Now, I will note that you're losing just a little bit of storage capacity compared to the traditional 4-door 63S model because of, you know, the battery storage for that rear motor. So you'll notice there's a hump in the trunk back there. That's where that battery is. But it's very usable. For example, I fly RC helicopters on my spare time. I have a 700 size RC heli and a Line TB70 for those of you who are familiar with that. And I was able to get it to fit back there. Without any issue. So you're getting all this usability in a car with over 1,000 pound-feet of torque. It's just absolutely insane. All right, I guess I should talk about the interior. So like I said, we had the manufacturer classic red and then the black Napa leather going on here. It looks amazing, to be honest. It looks absolutely amazing. So we have leather on the dash, contrast stitching. Black Napa leather is smooth to the touch. We have 2 12.3-inch display screens here with the wireless Apple CarPlay. Right, so I love how the Apple CarPlay is wireless. Now, of course, we do have the Mercedes typical touchscreen infotainment system with all your settings. Let me throw on the massage seats. Might as well get a massage in while I'm working. And then, you know, just everything that you come to expect. The AMG performance menu, different settings for the car and whatnot. All the detection systems, the collision avoidance, the lane keep assist, all this stuff is here. The camera system as well. The camera is nice and crisp in this car. But overall, everything that you come to know and love from Mercedes is here and can be easily used and navigated. Coming lower, we have the carbon fiber inlays throughout this entire vehicle. Looks great, especially against the Burmester speaker grills done in silver accents. We have the turbine style air conditioning vents as well. Coming lower, you'll notice we have a huge carbon fiber inlay. We have storage here as well. But look at the carbon fiber inlay here. It's shaped like a NACA duct for my aerodynamic people here. The NACA duct, I like the way they did that. Another cue they did in this car in the center console that I like, we have 4 buttons on either side, symbolic of the V8 power plant underneath the hood. I like how they did that as well. So they're little hidden cues just telling you what this car is about all throughout the vehicle, and I think that some thought really went into the design. Now, of course, we have buttons on either side, like I said, for driving modes, your manual or automatic mode, suspension settings, stability program, AMG dynamics button, and as well as your exhaust, and of course a button for your rear spoiler that sits at the back as well. The seats, they are extremely comfortable, 3 levels of heating and cooling, multiple massage functions. The heating and cooling works extremely well. We're at the edge of spring here, so in the mornings I've been using the heated setting, and then in the afternoons I use the cooled setting because life is so hard driving a car like this. Of course, the steering wheel is done in that classic red leather. I love that. That's a really rare option. You rarely see steering wheels of this color by Mercedes-Benz, but it is an option. And again, it's heated. We have controls here to control your infotainment settings and your instrument cluster as well. They're very intuitive. We first saw this on the E-Class a few years ago. And of course, we do have some additional buttons here, some wheels on the bottom of the steering wheel. So that way it allows you to select your driving mode and suspension and transmission settings as well. So you have multiple ways of being able to control the same thing, which is always a perk. And then of course we have thick aluminum shift paddles that feel nice and high quality to the touch. Door panels done in black Napa leather, carbon fiber, 3-position seat memory, of course your heated and cool settings, and even a button to control the passenger side seat as well. The Napa leather just looks great and provides an excellent contrast with that classic red. And of course, controls for all 4 windows, side view mirrors, and storage on the bottom of the door. Now, of course, we do have USB Type-C ports up here as well. Now, coming towards the back, this car is fitted with the executive seat package. So we have a center console that goes all the way towards the back, done in carbon fiber. Dual USB Type-C ports back there as well. And heated and cooled cup holders are back there as well. And I notice I don't even get heated and cooled cup holders up here in the front, but they get it in the back. I'm a little bit jealous, but that's okay because I am the driver. So the rear seating is nice. It's like bucket seats in the back. It's extremely comfortable. They do not have a cooled feature. You know, I did note that, you know, for the executive seat package, I wish that the rear seats were cooled, but that's okay because I'll never be sitting back there. But one thing that is awesome about this car in particular is there I go, interrupting myself again. Oh boy. Oh boy. One thing about this car's interior, the seats, they feature the active multi-contour system. So as I turn, there are bladders on the side of the seats and the side bolstering that inflate and deflate, and that keeps me perfectly centered in the seat, especially during spirited driving in this car. You know, curvaceous roads is going to keep you where you want to be. So all this for the mere price of $225,000. I know it's a lot of money. This is an expensive car. There's no other way to say it. You are getting a ton of performance and a ton of usability. Chances are, if you can afford this, you have other cars as well. So usability might not even be a factor for you, you know. But again, a usable muscle car from Mercedes-Benz. What else can I say? Handcrafted 4-liter bi-turbo V8 paired with an electric motor. This thing is moving. It has all the features that you could ever want for a comfortable ride. We have 4-wheel steering. The rear wheels turn up to 2.5 degrees. We have an air suspension system that Mercedes-Benz is known for. You guys know what that's about, right? Massive brakes to bring this all to a stop and keep it all in check. This is an awesome car. What else can I say? Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comment section. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And until next time, I'm Ben Wayne, the automotive reviewer that YouTube deserves. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out of here.